But if you would turn to the book of Jude again, Jude chapter 1 of Jude, verses 20 through 23. Jude 20 through 23. We're near the end of this letter, and you might have noticed this morning we're near the end of the first book of Psalms in the morning, so in the next few weeks you'll notice a change both in the morning and evening studies and sermon series. But I want to remind you of the context and also the title of this sermon series, Contend for the Faith. You might even notice it's again printed on your bulletin, in this case, How to Contend for the Faith. And of course, the context here is a reminder by Jude that there will be false teachers. And he's already said, here's what they'll teach, here's what they'll practice, here's what they will look like. In the end, these things will be revealed to you if you remain in the faith. And he's also said here are the consequences, both the consequences for them, where they're going to end up in eternity, and the consequences on the church, that if we were to follow those false teachers, there would be division, and there would be exposing of sins, and there would be perhaps even churches that might fold because of these things. And so he says, look out for them. This is what he's been doing in the last few verses. Look out for them. Look out for the teaching that they teach. Look out for the fruit of their ministry, which often includes immorality and greed and rebuking or a disregard for authority. And he's reminded them in verses 17 through 19, he says, this is part of God's plan. So be prepared. Be encouraged by knowing that there are false teachers, that if there aren't false teachers, be aware that this is not God's plan for the church in this age. But if there are false teachers, this too is part of God's plan. Be prepared for this.